Good afternoon, race fans, and welcome to Donington Park, the home of motorsport in the Midlands. A rather blustery day, as you can see, but conditions dry for the moment as we get ready for the first race of the day then, the Sports Prototype Cup. Here is the grid then. In pole position, it is number 5, Ross Kaiser. He's driving a Revolution A1 Evo in the open category, and alongside him is number 74 in another Revolution, that is Richard Webb. Second row is Hunt and Lauder. Freddie Hunt has out-qualified Matthias Lauder. You can see there in the more standard Revolution A1 class with the white symbol next to their names, blue for the open category. On the third row, Marcello Maradiotto in his Revolution A1 Evo, alongside number 85, Dave Watson in the first of the Radicals, run by North Motorsport, the Radical SR3. On row 4, Graham Ridgway, number 25. He's in a Revolution A1 run by 360 Racing alongside Chris Hoy in number 70, so Chris Hoy. On the fifth row of the grid, Leon Morrell in number 35, he's in a Radical SR3. And number 15, it's actually Matthew Chamberlain driving that car in race 1. Richard Chamberlain is taking over in race 2. The Chamberlain family's own creation, that car, the CTR 01 Honda. On the final row of the grid, number 7, Ross Drew with his Radical SR3, and similar machine run by Raw Motorsport, driven by Barry Liversidge. So a dozen cars we should see on the grid. Time to go racing for the first time today here at Donington Park then, with race 1 for the Sports Prototype Cup. The Revolution A1 Evos of Ross Kaiser, number 5, 74 of Richard Webb on the front row. It's Hunt and Lauder on the second row, Freddie Hunt and Matthias Lauder. 13 cars out there for a 30-minute race. Round Goddard's Corner they come to take the start. This time the pace car is in pit lane and the race gets underway. Here we go, down towards Redgate Corner for the first time. Ross Kaiser gets away well from pole position. He leads the way around the right-hander. A little bit of a twitch there from Richard Webb in second place, but they're all round Redgate okay. Matthew Chamberlain and CTR dropping to the back of the field, but Ross Kaiser with a clear lead as they plunge down the Craner curbs for the first time in towards the old hairpin. A couple of the Revolutions running side by side in there. They're all round okay for the first time. There is the unique CTR, driven by its creator, Matthew Chamberlain at the back of the field, but it's Ross Kaiser who leads. Second is Richard Webb. It's Freddie Hunt in third place ahead of Matthias Lauder. Next in the order, number 17 of Marcello Maradiotto, Swiss-based driver. Through Coppice Corner for the first time. You can see some tyre marks on the outside. Somebody's been off there in qualifying. Down towards the Fogarty S's for the first time. And Ross Kaiser, the ex-Radical racer, has a clear lead in number 5, chased by the 74 Richard Webb, the engine builder for the Revolution. There's contact there. Matthias Lauder has been clipped by, I think that was Maradiotto in the 17 car. So a couple of cars possibly off there at the chicane. 25 has come through, Graham Ridgway into the top 5 as a result of that. There's the car of number 17 Maradiotto. A bit of damage possibly to the front of that car, but I think we've lost Matthias Lauder and the safety car is being called. Okay, the BMW has pulled away, so it looks like we are going to be going back to green flag racing this time. Reps are beginning to rise. I think we're about to get back underway. Here we go then. Race car is in pit lane and we're back underway with Ross Kaiser leading into Redgate for the 5th time in this Sports Prototype Cup race, chased by the 74 of Richard Webb. Freddie Hunt in third place. Then it's Chris Hoy in a spin. The 25 of Graham Ridgway has gone. Gyrates there. Everybody has missed him, fortunately. The green flag shown by the marshals at the exit of the incident zone. Graham Ridgway trying to get the 25 car going. I think he stalled it there at the top of the Craner curbs. Down into the old hairpin go the rest of the pack now. Graham Ridgway, if he stops on the track there, we're going to have the safety car out again. Incident-packed first race of the day for the Sports Prototype Cup. Marcello Maradiotto is fighting back on the tail of the 35 there of Leon Morrell. There's a bit of smoke there. I think that's a bit of bodywork rubbing against the wheel arch where he had that contact earlier on. He's got the 85 of Dave Watson behind him in his Radical. I think, but over the line, Kaiser leads by 2.4 seconds ahead of Richard Webb. third place, it is still Freddie Hunt in the McLaren look-alike. There's yellow flags out at the top of the Craners because Graham Ridgway has parked his Revolution there on the grass, so the yellow flag is out just as a warning. So the open class is led by our leader Ross Kaiser. The Revolution class for the more standard Revolution A1 cars, number 11 Freddie Hunt is leading them in third place. There he goes into the foggy S's. So Freddie Hunt now second, but over 6 seconds down on Ross Kaiser. We'll try and find out where Richard Webb has gone. Chris Hoy up into third place now. Second of the Revolution class. Second in the open class is Maratiotto, who's recovered well from that bit of contact earlier on. He's in fourth place. Leon Morel is fifth. Is that Matthias Lauda going again? I think it is. The number one, the Ferrari liveried car. Yes, so Matthias Lauda, after being plucked out of the gravel, has got going again. Ross Kaiser probably wondering where everyone else has got to now. He's well out in front, the number 5. He's 9 seconds clear of Freddie Hunt now. Fastest lap of the race, 1:30.018. He's gained another second, almost exactly a second over Hunt that time through. There's Brooks, he is still going. Must have been an error with his transponder. Here's a battle of the radicals. Dave Watson in the white car. Ross Drew in the orange number 7 and Barry Liversidge in the red number 68. Chris Hoy defending from Matthew Chamberlain. Now they're side by side, things heating up for third place. Down the straight they come. Chamberlain moving into the slipstream. Is he going to get through here on the inside at Redgate? He's having a look. He's got the room on the inside. So Chris Hoy tries to give him racing room, but he's got the power around the outside line. They're going to be side by side. This is going to be good into the Craner curves. Chamberlain's got the inside at the top of the Craners. Here's the battle for third down into the chicane. A little bit more bodywork's fallen off that car of Maratiotto, I think. Going for fourth place here, down to the hairpin. So Chris Hoy is going to have to defend again here. He's already lost out to Matthew Chamberlain. Now the similar Revolution, although Maratiotto's is an Evo spec car, so running in the open class, and behind them is Leon Morel. He's closing up quite nicely as well. And Ross Kaiser comes in to take the win. There is our race winner. Number 5, Ross Kaiser wins it. Ross Kaiser the winner then by 20.8 seconds in the end over Freddie Hunt. He wins the Revolution class. Ross Kaiser got the fastest lap of the race, 1:30.018. Matthew Chamberlain taking third ahead of Sir Chris Hoy, and Leon Morel fifth after that penalty for Marcello Maratiotto. 7th went to Dave Watson, 8th Peter Brooks, 3rd in class, 9th Ross Drew. Barry Liversidge completed the top 10. Matthias Lauda finishing a lap down after his spin into the gravel. He takes 11th. We lost Richard Webb and Graham Ridgway. A shame for Richard Webb because he was second overall when his car sadly let him down. That concludes the first race then for the Sports Prototype Cup, run in association with Revolution Race Cars. Okay, very shortly we'll be able to head down to Parc Fermé, and Ewan Dunlop is going to be down there to hopefully speak to our race winner in just a few moments' time.
Ross, can we grab you for a chat quickly? Thank you very much. So we said before the race, I had a chat with you in the pit lane.
Yeah.
Your car was a little bit faster than everybody else's. It was a lot faster.
Yeah, well, yeah. Myself and Richard, the red and yellow car, were obviously in the Evo cars, so they got a bit more horsepower, so they're a bit quicker, so it's not really fair on some of the other guys. That's the real race, really, with those guys in the standard UK spec car. So it was a shame that Richard went out early on, because otherwise we would have had a bit of time. So I hope he gets his car fixed for race 2, and then he's probably in quite good shape, because I took quite a bit out of the tyres, and we're not putting any new ones on, so Richard's tyres will be in good shape, so we might spice things up a bit for race 2.
And Richard went out, and all of a sudden you had Sir Chris Hoy right behind you under the safety car. Did you not notice, or did you know what was happening behind you? Because there was a few bit of incidents went on.
I didn't know exactly what was going on. Obviously, I could see Rich until he broke down, and I didn't know what was going on behind that with Freddie, Lauda, and Chris. So I'm not entirely sure when we went down there. Obviously, I saw that Matthias had ended up in the gravel, so I don't know if he'd got hit. I'll have to watch it back. So.
Yeah, there's a couple of little connections, but you did everything you could do. It was great to see you out there. Fantastic win. One more come to go later on. Any changes between now and the next race, or you don't need to do anything, do you?
I'm not sure really. It was getting a bit loose at the end, so I was having to manage the tyres a bit. So we might make a small change to settle it down, or we'll just get out there and see what happens.
Chris, can we jump in? Is that all right? Thank you so much. A fairly sort of opening 10 minutes, you couldn't really get going, could you? But all of a sudden, with a couple of the connections, you found yourself in like just behind Freddie Hunt.
Yeah, it was a bit of good fortune really, or misfortune for Matthias and Marcello, and they locked up and had a bit of a collision going into the chicane. But I was just trying to drive my own race and keep it on the track. And yeah, I was in P2 in class, P3 overall for a while. And then this slightly faster car, different class, came up behind me. I was defending for a while. I thought, do you know what? He's going to get past at some point. I don't want to throw both of us off and throw away a podium.
You took advantage again of the safety cars. You didn't have a great qualifying. You said so yourself in the practice. So what happened in the race? Did the car performing, or was that just down to you, Chris?
Well, I think across the board they found the problem, the misfiring problem. The steering was sitting to the left, so they managed to get the car tracking properly, and just a bit more commitment really, coming off the brakes earlier, carrying more speed through the high-speed corners, and also when the red mist comes down, when the lights go out and you start, it's a different mentality. Qualifying, I never really seemed to get the best out of myself, but the race didn't tend to enjoy that.
And what do you do between now and race 2?
Watch some videos, eat some food, just talk a little rubbish. Usually that's what we do.
Fantastic. Well, we look forward to speaking to you after race 2, and congrats on your second place.
Thank you. Cheers.
Chris, hello everybody. Now that is Ross, that is Freddie, that is Chris. I think we've done pretty well. I'd love to speak to Matthias, but I'm going to send back to Dave Goddard.
Okay, thanks Ewan. As we get ready for the first of 2 races today, the penultimate meeting of the season for the junior saloon cars, racing identical 1600cc Citroën Saxo VTRs. So it is Harvey Caton, number 54, on pole in the green and white car. 55 of Charlie Hand alongside. The second row is one of our newcomers, number 42, Will Redford, who's only recently moved across from the world of sim racing, and 91, Jack Meakin, is alongside him. Row 3, 600, Ruben Hage, had a win at Brands Hatch earlier this season. Oliver Cottam, 98, starts alongside him. 322, Jamie Petters, and Harry Hickton, 46, on row 4. Then row 5, Harvey Dent, number 58, and 22, the leading lady, Ashley Gregory, completes the top 10 on the grid. 40, Matthew Cripps, and 63, Chloe Grant, the scholarship winner for 2021 on row 6. Row 7, 754, Alfie Jeekins. He'll be a bit disappointed to be that far back on the grid, currently fighting for second in the championship. Jamie Good, number 30, alongside. Then we've got 28, Louis Hounsell, the leading rookie in the points this year, alongside treble 3, Adam Harding. Row 9, 29, Scott Sumpton, and number 9, Jack Ruddell. The 10th row of the grid, Ollie Handley, number 66, alongside 59, CJ Morgan. 92, Adam Parker on row 11, alongside 871 of Jensen Bell. Row 12, number 10, Harry Smith, and 80, Aaron Walker. Row 13, 33, Jacob Baldry, alongside 17, Riley Price. And number 16, Jacob Heap, starts from the back. So in position then for junior saloon cars, race 1 of the day, 20 minutes plus 1 lap. The green flag waves at the back of the grid. Harvey Caton and Charlie Hand will fight it out into Redgate corner for the first time. The red lights are on and away we go. Down towards the first corner. Decent start by Charlie Hand alongside Harvey Caton. A good start up the inside by Ruben Hage with the yellow headlamps there, number 600. But it's Harvey Caton who will have the inside line for Redgate. He leads into it. Jack Meakin with a good getaway up into third place ahead of Will Redford. Ashley Gregory is in there as well. They run out a bit wide onto the curbing, but I think they're all going to make it round without spinning. Nicely done. It's side by side for the lead down the Craner curves between Harvey Caton and Charlie Hand. I think Caton will just about hold it. Yes, he pulls ahead as they go down towards the old hairpin for the first time. Charlie Hand in second. Will Redford has held third position ahead of Jack Meakin in car number 91. You can see how slippery it is out there at the bottom of the circuit. They go past Starkey's Bridge up towards Schwantz Curve, named after motorcycle legend Kevin Schwantz. Bit of side-by-side battling in there in the midfield. Ruben Hage has dropped back a couple of places in number 600. But they're all away cleanly. They head round towards McLean's. This is perhaps the dampest part of the circuit. Ashley Gregory having a go on the inside there of the 91 of Jack Meakin. Hage on the tail of Alfie Jeekins. He's made a good start. Hage up the inside. Now these two are rubbing and racing at Pembrey a few weeks ago, and Hage forces his way past Jeekins there. It's Caton who leads from Hand, Redford. Then it's Ashley Gregory up into fourth place ahead of Jack Meakin. And, Alfie Jeekins, number 754, he started quite a way back on this grid, and there's contact there. Ashley Gregory gets sent sideways, tangles with Jack Meakin. I think they've gone into the gravel there. They disappear behind the barrier. But Alfie Jeekins, who started in about 13th place on this grid, is up into the top 6 already. He's made a flying start. There he is, the 7.54. Side by side with 600 of Ruben Hage. Behind them, Harry Hickton. He locks up a little, runs wide. Jamie Petters behind them. There's the 91 of Jack Meakin. So he's kept going. Where is Ashley Gregory? I think she might be in the gravel, unfortunately. Yes, safety car is being scrambled. There's a bit more push and shove there out of the hairpin. Yeah, safety car has been called, so Ashley Gregory must be stranded in the gravel at the Fogarty S's. Okay, the BMW will be back on track then. The safety car will pick up race leader Harvey Caton, who just held on ahead of Charlie Hand around the first lap. Now, will we go back to green this time? Yes, the safety car has pulled in. And with just under 11 minutes on the clock, we go back to green. Here we go, down towards Redgate. Then is Charlie Hand going to be close enough to attack Harvey Caton? I don't think he is. Caton's got a good restart here. Leads the way into Redgate. Matthew Cripps having a look on the inside, attacking Harry Hickton. We've seen Cripps against Hickton, their fathers in classic touring car racing over the last few years. Hickton holds the place. Of course, he will drop down the order in the final reckoning because he's got that jump start penalty. Everybody round Redgate's okay for the first time then, and it's Harvey Caton who leads down the hill into the old hairpin. Ruben Hage on the rear bumper of Will Redford for third place, then Alfie Jeekins shadowing them. The first 5 pulling away very slightly. You can see the curbs decidedly wet there. You don't want to put a wheel onto the curb for too long, else you'll slide out. I can see a nice big dent in the bumper of Ruben Hage's car there. I think we know who Oliver Cotton hit on his way to the grid possibly there, but Hage almost loses out there to Alfie Jeekins. Their battle being resumed. And the 600 car moves across. There is quite a rivalry between these two drivers. We saw them slugging it out at Brands Hatch and Pembrey as well. Through Coppice they go, 4th and 5th. And 6th is Cripps making the move there on Harry Hickton. And Matthew Cripps will come through into 6th place in the black car. Behind them it's Aaron Walker, I think, in the number 80. It may be Jamie Good, similar looking cars, those two. Caton still holds the lead. The first 5 battling it out down towards the Fogarty S's. Named after another motorcycle legend, Carl Fogarty, of course. Wait for them to come into sight over the top on the Melbourne Loop. It's still Harvey Caton, the man from Staffordshire, who leads the way. Battle is on for 4th. Ruben Hage defending from Alfie Jeekins. Raced on the short ovals. He's done junior rallycross with a Nissan Micra quite successfully as well. The hill they go to Goddard's corner. Harry Hickton starting to drop back down the order now in the 46. A race to forget for him, unfortunately. Through Goddard's corner they go. Still Harvey Caton who leads the way. I can see his wipers going there. I hope it's not starting to rain here at Donington. That's the last thing we want. Leader is still Harvey Caton. Here comes Jeekins again. He tried this on the previous lap as he made it stick this time through Schwantz into McLean's. He gets across, but again Hage is down the inside. They touch, and Hage will run wide, I think, on the exit there, but he's held the place. They go up the hill towards Coppice corner. Here's a battle further back. Aaron Walker makes up another place in the Chandler Motorsport car on the inside of Matthew Cripps. Well, Aaron Walker, talk about a burn from the stern, as they say in American racing. He's up from 24th on the grid into 6th position. Can he catch these 5 now? Side by side, down towards the Fogarty S's. On the outside is Jeekins, the inside is Ruben Hage. Last of the late breakers is Ruben Hage, he holds 4th place. Aaron Walker has been the driver of this race so far. From 24th on the grid, he's gained 18 places, up into 60. Runs a bit wide there, puts a wheel onto the grass. You don't want to do that, that'll send you spinning. The inside there, that's the number 30 of Jamie Good battling with Jack Meakin. Harry Hickton in behind them. He gets clipped by Harvey Dent. Nearly left a dent in Harry Hickton's car there, didn't they? Jack Ruddell behind them. Over the line go the leaders. The lead gap is 0.4 of a second. Charlie Hand's just done the fastest lap, 2:05.759. Charlie Hand is now really turning up the pressure. Look at the orange car closing up there. Ruben Hage up the inside into Schwantz curve. He's gone through into third place past Will Redford, and Jeekins is going through as well. Has Will Redford got a problem there, I wonder? He suddenly lost those 2 places. Never mind that, because look at the way Charlie Hand is going up the inside as they come up towards Coppice on the brakes, and he goes through, takes the lead from Harvey Caton, the championship leader, into the lead as they came into Coppice under braking. And now surely he's going to pull away from there unless Harvey Caton can do something special. He left his attack late. There was only 1 minute left on the clock. Now, will we be starting the last lap this time? I think we will. So remember, when the clock goes to 0, the last lap board goes out through the Fogarty S's. Up and over the rise, then down towards the hairpin. Melbourne hairpin, named after the village of Melbourne, just outside Donington. Harvey Caton trying to go round the outside of the hairpin. I don't think he's going to get through there. What he's trying to do is get alongside Charlie Hand on the run into Goddard's, the left-hander. On the bottom of the course they go, and Jeekins is up alongside as they head towards Schwantz curve. He's going to go round the outside. That'll put him on the inside for the right-hander. No, he's got him round the outside into Schwantz. Good move by Alfie Jeekins up into third for the lead of the race into the Fogarty S's. I don't think he'll get through there. Charlie Hand defending. Hage side by side with Redford further back. Redford turns in, clips the side of Ruben Hage. A bit of rubbing there, I think. These 5 are well clear of Aaron Walker in 6th place. Here they come down to the hairpin. It is still Charlie Hand with the lead ahead of Caton. Redford up the inside could snatch 4th place here. Yes, he's got it. He's got Ruben Hage. And Jeekins in 3rd place. Now, will it be checkered flag this time? I think it might. We'll wait and see as they come out of Goddard's for the final time. I can't see a board there, so is it going to be checkered flag for Charlie Hand as they come off the corner? Yes, it is. The checkered flag is going to go out this time. Charlie Hand takes the win. 2nd goes to Harvey Caton. Jeekins is 3rd, Redford 4th, Hage 5th. And for 6th place, I think we've had a change there on the last lap. I think, yes, Cripps has got past Walker. Matthew Cripps gets 6th position, but it's another win for Charlie Hand. That's win number 12 for the season. And he's definitely, if you'll excuse the pun, got one hand on the championship trophy. We'll confirm the results of that one then. The provisional results is as follows. Charlie Hand, your winner by just half a second ahead of Harvey Caton at the flag. Alfie Jeekins 3rd ahead of Will Redford and Ruben Hage. Those 5 well clear of Matthew Cripps, who took 6th from Aaron Walker on the last lap. Jamie Petters 8th ahead of Louis Hounsell and Jack Meakin. Then Jamie Good in 11th. Jack Ruddell in his battered car 12th. 13th went to Adam Harding, number 333. 14th was number 66, Ollie Handley. Scott Sumpton, number 29, rounding out the first 15. Behind them was Chloe Grant in 63, 871 of Jensen Bell. Then Jacob Baldry, Adam Parker, who started from the pit lane through to 19th. CJ Morgan was 20th. We lost Harry Hickton on the final corner, of course, into the pits. Next behind them were Harry Smith and Riley Price. Harvey Dent we saw ended up in the tyre wall. Sadly, we lost Ashley Gregory and Jacob Heap early on. Okay, I think we can now hand down to Ewan Dunlop in Parc Ferme, where he can talk to our race winners in the Junior Saloon.
Welcome down to Parc Ferme. What a great race. 2 races going on there, really. It was the championship leading battle between Hand and Caton, and then you had Jeekins, Redford and Hage involved in a 3-way battle. Will Redford not involved in the championship. He's not taken part in enough races, but there's plenty going on, so they're just congratulating each other. Oh man, 13 wins this season I think now, and that was really sneaky.
Oh yeah, I thought, to be honest, I thought I was going to catch him for a minute then at the start. I feel like he judged the conditions a lot better than me, so he sort of pulled a gap, but rain can be very misleading, so obviously I just picked up the pace of it, see how far I could push it, and it worked.
And you left it to the last lap. That's naughty.
Oh yeah, I didn't want to defend for too long, did I?
And into race 2, I think you're starting 3rd or 4th on the grid in race 2, so a bit more exciting for you.
Yeah, we're starting 3rd this time. We had a couple of issues in qualifying, but obviously they're all sorted now, so it'll be another good race hopefully, and hopefully we can make some more places up. And
with double points at Brands Hatch, this isn't over yet. Even if you win the second race and Harvey comes second again, it all goes down to Brands Hatch, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, well they like to keep it interesting, don't they? So a bit more pressure on me.
And with double points, is that exciting for you, or would you prefer just straight single points?
Yeah, well you always got to mix up a little bit, haven't you? So obviously it's good for everyone else as well. It keeps them going until the end. so hopefully it'll be really good races.
Charlie, congratulations. We'll see you in the next race a little bit later on this afternoon. Well done.
Next up, we go mini racing, which is the Dunlop Mini 7 Championship supported by Mini Spares. And there are 6 drivers, as we said, who can win the Mini 7 Championship here today. The scholarship class, the Mini 7S class, has already been secured by Michael Winkworth ahead of Ryan Taylor and Matt Ayres. As Michael Winkworth's only been beaten once this year, but in the 7 class, 6 drivers can still win, and they are number 99, Nick Croydon-Fowler, who leads the points, 4 points clear on drop scores of Conor O'Brien, who scored his first win in the championship recently. Reigning champion Jeff Smith in 01, the ex-British touring car racer, is third in the points. Then we've got Andrew Devaney, the former champion in number 77, in fourth. Spencer Wanstall in number 2, and number 80 Joe Thompson, who's got a busy weekend. He's doubling up with the Mini Miglia category, the more powerful minis here today. Spencer Wanstall's got some support in our YouTube chat, I've noticed as well. Let's have a look at the grid then for our first race. Qualifying took place yesterday, and it is number 1, Jeff Smith, or 01 he actually is, because it's a General Lee lookalike car as he races. He's on pole alongside number 88, Mike Jordan. When was the last time Jeff Smith and Mike Jordan were on the same grid as each other? That will have been in British touring cars a few years ago, I think. Great to have Mike back out. Second row, number 2, Spencer Wanstall, and number 80, which is Joe Thompson. Row 3, 87, Conor O'Brien, and number 49, Ross Billison. Then row 4, we've got the 99 of Nick Croydon-Fowler, the championship leader, and 76 of Joe Polly, the daughter of George Polly, hot rod racing legend. Andrew Devaney, 77 on row 5, alongside the number 4 of Lee Roberts. Row 6, number 20, Darren Thomas, and 38, Stephen Hopper. And row 7, number 7, Jordan Sims, and 95, Julian Proctor. Then there's a gap, and we've got the scholarship class cars, who start with a 10-second delay. Michael Winkworth, the champion, number 728 on pole, alongside Matthew Ayres in 758. They're all 700 numbers, you'll notice, in the scholarship class. Damien Harrington and Fraser Hack on the second row. Damien Harrington, the only other race winner besides Michael Winkworth this year. Neil Slark is next alongside Arnold Duncan. Then we've got Stephen Rideout alongside Darren Cox, Greg Dorr and Jeff Williams on the 5th row of the scholarship cars. Then Lee Pullman and Dave Rees, Stuart Gilby and Mark Chappell, and teenager Ryan Taylor, the ex-mini stocks racer on the short ovals, starting from the back. Had a few problems in qualifying, I think, yesterday. Red lights come on. This is going to be a belter. Slip and slide here at Donington today. We are underway. The Mini 7 Championship move off first. The scholarship class follow 10 seconds later. Jeff Smith gets away well. So does Spencer Wanstall. Mike Jordan in there as well. It's going to be 4 wide into Redgate for the first time. I think Wanstall has just got the advantage. Now we see the Union flag wave and the scholarship class get underway. Michael Winkworth, their champion, already confirmed, leads them down to Redgate for the first time. Watch for Ryan Taylor, the blue car there on the outside. Started from the back after problems in qualifying. Now the leaders heading down the Craner curves, and it is Mike Jordan who's gone to the front. Look at them sliding there on the wet surface. Jordan leads it from Spencer Wanstall, Jeff Smith down to third, Conor O'Brien in the blue car trying to get through on the inside. The first 2 have got clear, and it's Mike Jordan, who's raced everything over the years. He raced back in the late 80s in British touring cars in a Peugeot 309 of all things, I remember. He's done Porsches, he's run teams in various championships. He was the boss of Team Eurotech for a number of years. Jeff Smith actually drove for him at Team Eurotech. Lost third place there, Jeff, to Conor O'Brien. And now Mike Jordan does a lot of historic racing with his son Andrew in an Austin A40, among other things, so he really can race anything. Jordan leads. Spencer Wanstall, the former champion in number 2, in second place. Conor O'Brien is third. Then we've got Jeff Smith and young gun Joe Thompson, many tipping him as a future champion, in 5th position. Ross Billison and Andrew Devaney, another former champion, fighting it out in 77 and 49. Nick Croydon-Fowler dropping back slightly, and Thompson through into 4th. He's passed Jeff Smith. Devaney on the inside there. We'll also keep half an eye on how the scholarship class are doing in their own battle further back as well. It's Michael Winkworth in a clear lead already of that division ahead of Matthew Ayres, and Ryan Taylor is already through into 3rd place, the ex-national mini stocks racer in the Southern Mini and Metro Centre run car. Here comes the race leader down into the old hairpin, chased by Conor O'Brien. He's going well, wants his second win of the season. Up the hill towards Schwantz Curve, the left-hander. O'Brien on the left, Jordan on the right, and Mike Jordan will just hold his lead on the inside, sideways almost across the corner there. That'll lose him momentum on the exit. Michael Winkworth, meanwhile, is under pressure from Ryan Taylor in the scholarship category. Taylor wants his first win there. The leaders are up at Coppice, and it's side by side on the entry. O'Brien has got the inside line away, trying to take the lead. One stall shadowing them, the light blue car in third. It's going to be side by side down towards the exhibition straight. No, it's not, because Conor O'Brien pulls ahead in car number 87. And look at the leader sideways there, and round the outside goes Spencer Wanstall, trying to carry him. The momentum could carry him round the outside of Mike Jordan. Yes, he's done it. Now, overtaking on the outside at the old hairpin is very rare indeed. I think a Mini is about the only car you can pull that manoeuvre off in. That's great from Spencer Wanstall up into second place. There go your leaders. You can see Conor O'Brien is making the break ahead of Jordan and Wanstall. So they've swapped back again there. 2 position changes for second place in that last lap. There's been a change for the lead in the scholarship class as well, as we watch this slip and slide battle for second. Wanstall and Jordan rather leaning on each other. Ryan Taylor, I can tell you, has taken the lead in the scholarship class. Lead gap was over 3 seconds that time through. Here's Devaney at the inside. He's taken Joe Thompson. Is he going to outbrake himself? No, he's not. Up into 4th place, past the Altered Image Coachworks and Motorsport School sponsored car. There is the checkered flag. It is a win for Conor O'Brien. Second place will go to Spencer Wanstall. Mike Jordan will hang on for third. 4th is Joe Thompson. So Conor O'Brien takes his second win of the season. Devaney is 5th. 6th will be Smith, and 7th for Nick Croydon-Fowler. Confirm the result shortly then. I think we lost Stephen Ride out there towards the end of that one. 737 further back as well. But the provisional result as follows. Conor O'Brien the winner by over 7 seconds ahead of Spencer Wanstall, and Mike Jordan taking third. I nearly said Andrew Jordan, apologies there. Mike Jordan, Jordan Senior in third. Joe Thompson 4th ahead of Andrew Devaney. Jeff Smith down in 6th place. Nick Croydon-Fowler, the championship leader, down in 7th. Ross Billison 8th ahead of Darren Thomas and Joe Polly. Ryan Taylor 11th overall, wins the scholarship division by 3.5 seconds ahead of Michael Winkworth. Julian Proctor next home, then Matthew Ayres and Ian Slark completing the top 15. Behind them, Arnold Duncan in the brown number 789 car. And behind him was number 4, Lee Roberts. Finishing behind him, it was Fraser Hack, number 723. Then Damien Harrington and Greg Dorr. A quiet race for them too. Lee Pullman was next. 766 of Jeff Williams. Dave Rees, I think, was the final finisher. Cars returning to Parc Fermé then. I think we can hand down to Ewan Dunlop to talk to our race winner in just a second. He'll be with Conor O'Brien. Hopefully we can hear from Ryan Taylor as well.
Conor, your work isn't done yet, mate. Congratulations. Started in 5th in that one.
Yeah.
I think it was a matter of dealing with the rain the best, wasn't it?
Pretty much. I mean, I was a bit worried. I didn't think I'd get through like that. And I just felt that I could brake later than what they were. And it was just like, I'm just going to go for it. You know what I mean? And it worked out. And once I had the gap, it was pretty good to manage. And Spencer managed to not catch up, so I was happy with that. But yeah, really enjoyed it.
And that was your second win of the season. It's nice to win at Donington, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I've not actually won it. I think I might have, maybe in the S class, but to do it in the wet as well, it really means a lot. So I've been struggling in the wet with this because the rev's so much. But yeah, it's just getting better and better.
And who were you celebrating with there? You had a big high five with somebody.
Was it these? Yeah, I can't even remember.
One of the drivers.
One of the drivers. It's Jeff. So he's leading the championship, but he's in our team. We run him. So
fantastic.
Yeah, I'll nick some points off the others so he can try and win it. Hopefully.
Okay, getting ready to get back underway then. It is race 2 for the Sports Prototype Cup, and our race 1 winner, Ross Kaiser, is not among them. He has withdrawn, so the grid will be as follows. 74 Richard Webb is on pole. This grid set by the second fastest times from qualifying. Alongside him, number 1, Matthias Lauda. Second row, number 17, Marcello Maragiotto, and number 7 and number 11 rather of Freddie Hunt. Row 3, 25 Graham Ridgway alongside 85 of Dave Watson in the Radical. Row 4, number 70, Sir Chris Hoy, and 35 Leon Morrell. On row 5, number 15, this is Richard Chamberlain in the car this time. Matthew drove in race 1. Alongside number 7, Ross Drew. Completing the grid, we'll have number 68 of Barry Liversidge. Alongside him should be number 55, Peter Brooks. Yes, he's there. Now, I think I see what's happened. It looks to me as though Richard Webb is driving the car that Ross Kaiser was in race 1 after his own gave trouble. So I think Richard Webb has changed car. Now forming up 2 by 2 for the start of this second race for the Sports Prototype Cup here at Donington Park. Richard Webb and Matthias Lauda on the front row of the grid. Freddie Hunt on the second row alongside Marcello Marattiotto for Revolution A1 chassis. Graham Ridgway next, then Dave Watson, the first of the Radicals. Peter Brooks at the back in the 55. Clock has already started, but the green flag racing will begin this time around. Pace car pulls into pit lane. They come out of Goddard's, waiting for the red lights to go out. And here we go, the race gets underway and down towards the first corner at Redgate. Webb on the inside, Lauda on the outside. Look at Dave Watson moving up the outside in the Radical there. Marattiotto to the inside, but into Redgate for the first time. Watson's been hung out to dry and he's going to go through the gravel. Well, Dave Watson a bit too wide there in the white Radical. He'll drop to the rear of the field, but it's Richard Webb who leads the way in car number 74 down the hill towards the old hairpin. Matthias Lauda in second, Marattiotto is third, then it's Hunt, and Richard Chamberlain is up into fifth position in the CTR 01 ahead of the Radical of Leon Morrell. Up the hill they go, round the left-hander at Schwantz curve into the right of McLean's. Dave Watson's kept it going at the back after running wide. Challenge is on for second place. Matthias Lauda under fire. Marcello Marattiotto is under fire. Look at the way Freddie Hunt's going in the number 11. Has a look at Coppice, but can't get up the inside in the McLaren look-alike. Freddie Hunt, who we heard from after race 1, does look so like his famous father, doesn't he? The 1976 Formula 1 world champion James Hunt, as Marattiotto at the inside takes second place away from Matthias Lauda, son of the legendary Austrian Niki Lauda. Freddie Hunt to the inside, he's going to attack Lauda as they come down into the hairpin. Here we go, it's Lauda versus Hunt. It's kicked off, 3 wide onto the entry to the hairpin there. I think they've all just about survived that. And a spin there, that's Graham Ridgway again. That's the second spin he's had today onto the infield. No, that's not going to be the end of race for him again. No, he's kept it going this time. But out in front, they've tangled coming out of Goddard's. That's Lauda and Hunt. It's Brands Hatch 76 all over again. They're stuck right in the middle of the track there. Well, that was at the first corner at Brands Hatch. It's the last corner at Donington. There's damage to Lauda's car. Now, can they keep it going? Meanwhile, Chamberlain's dropped back there, so he was involved there as well. It's Richard Webb who's got the lead ahead of Marcello Marattiotto. I think it's Leon Morrell who's come through into third. Ross Drew from nowhere into fourth in the number 7. Then Chris Hoy, Chamberlain and Watson. That's the battle for fourth place heading up the hill there. Peter Brooks is next. So Barry Liversidge has got caught up somewhere as well. 3 cars line astern here. That's Sir Chris Hoy ahead of Dave Watson and Ross Drew. So Drew ran as high as fourth, but has now dropped back down the order a little. He got through as a result of that schmozzle coming through Goddard's corner. Freddie Hunt is still going, but he's down at the back of the field behind Graham Ridgway as the 85 Radical of Watson pulls alongside Sir Chris Hoy. He's going to try and go round the outside of him. That's close as they come through the hairpin there. I think they've survived that. Now, is it going to be the white Radical in front as they come towards us? Yes, it is. So he's got ahead of Sir Chris Hoy. There's the battle for 11th. Freddie Hunt on the tail of Graham Ridgway. Let's see what Freddie can do. Now, how much damage is there to his car? Can't see any there, but he's in behind Ridgway, trying to take the place away from the 25. Had his second spin of the day at the Melbourne Loop. Chris Hoy there defending from Peter Brooks. They're being closed down by Barry Liversidge in the Radical. He's closing back up here. Ross Drew is rather holding up Matthias Lauda, but not for much longer. He goes to the inside into the Fogarty S's, but the Radical's stronger on the brakes, and he holds the place. Ross Drew is loving this. There's Chamberlain going through in the foreground in fourth. Watson is fifth. And then the fight for 6 comes towards us. This time Lauda's got through, got the better exit from the chicane. Up into 6th position then. There's Freddie Hunt. You can see a bit of damage to the front of his car, and Ross Drew is not letting him get away there. Hunt's got the place away, but Drew was fighting back. Then Sir Chris Hoy, there's Lauda, and there's Hunt. Is it going to be round 2 between these two? Yes, there is Webb. So he's lost the lead. He's in trouble, I think, Richard Webb again. So Maratiotto is now the leader, and Morel is chasing him down. 3.5 minutes of this race to go. Marcello Maratiotto leads. Webb almost out onto the grass there. He's going to go past Morel, back up into second place. Board being displayed there just under 3 minutes ago. Did that say last lap? I'm not sure, but Webb has taken it as a signal to attack. He's up the inside, he goes through, retakes the lead of the race, gets sideways on the exit. Fighting back is Marcello Maratiotto. Chamberlain holding fourth. It's going to be a win by the look of it for Richard Webb. And here comes Hunt on the back of Lauda into the chicane, battling just like their fathers did. Our race leader is down at the hairpin, coming up towards Goddard's. Who's it going to be who emerges from the last corner in first place? Over the line they come, there's the checkered flag, and Richard Webb will win it. Webb wins it, Maratiotto second, Morel third. So who is going to be fourth? Richard Webb recovering to take the win. It's going to be a drag race to the line for fourth place, and the sixth fight is only just behind them. Chamberlain gets there for fourth ahead of Watson, then Lauda ahead of Hunt. Now, Lauda and Hunt both get 5-second penalties as well. It won't change their position because they're well clear of Ross Drew, who takes 7th. 8th, I should say, ahead of Graham Ridgway. So Chris Hoy dropping back to 10th, and Barry Liversidge, and the final finisher will be Peter Brooks. Let's confirm the results of that race for the Sports Pro Design Cup. Richard Webb taking the win by 1.3 seconds ahead of Marcello Maratiotto in a 1-2 for the Revolutions. Leon Morel taking third ahead of Richard Chamberlain in the CTR and ahead of Dave Watson. Matthias Lauda and Freddie Hunt both receiving track limits penalties down to 6th and 7th. Then Ross Drew, Graham Ridgway, Sir Chris Hoy, Barry Liversidge and Peter Brooks completing the finishers.
Richard, I'm going to get him straight out of the car. Richard, congratulations. One race, one win today. I'll let you get your helmet off. Saw you pumping your fist there. Happy with that one?
Yeah, absolutely over the moon. I can't thank the team at Revolution enough. The car at the box, 2 cars actually been fortunate enough to drive 2 this weekend. Both at the box, easy to drive, absolute testament to the team. But no, I absolutely made a mistake, I think 2 or 3 laps from the end. And I basically just overcooked it on the exit. I could feel the rear tyres were getting a bit hotter. It was getting a bit sketchy at the end, and I was probably pushing a bit too hard considering the gap we'd managed to pull. Silly mistake. Quick panic getting the car restarted. Been made for hopefully a bit of good entertainment, and it just goes to show, what these cars are capable of.
I mean, it was entertaining. That was the car Ross won in earlier as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. Both cars, to be honest with you, felt exactly the same, which again is a testament, I think, to these cars. Being able to jump out of one car and have the confidence to jump in another one. And I actually lapped a fraction quick on this, but my times are pretty much, I think, within 1/10 of my qualifying time. So
what happened to Ross? You just bump him off?
I think Ross is very kind. He's feeling a little bit under the weather, so we had a small issue with the first car in this morning, so he was kind enough to sort of let me take the seat, and it was good to compare the 2 cars.
How much fun was it to get those places back right at the end?
I was grinning from ear to ear. One of them being a very good friend of mine, so chasing him down, I knew what he'd be thinking in his helmet, but I wasn't going to let him have it that easy.
Freddie, have you got time for us?
Yeah.
Thank you. At the start of that race, we nearly thought, oh no, not again, but you brought it back and made for some fantastic entertainment.
Good, I hope so too. I mean, I was man-possessed on that one, and I went quicker than qualifying. I hope I got the fastest lap of the race, well, of our class at least. I mean, I hunted him down. I didn't think I was going to catch him. Look, he was half a lap ahead. But yeah, got him on the last. Well, got up to him a couple of laps ago, but a few laps ago. And then I made a mistake coming out of the old where is it? The Dunlop loop. Melbourne loop. Yeah, just got a sideways action on, and then but then caught him up again, and I thought I had him into red gate. He's not defending. I thought, great, it's mine. But then the fucker, he held it around the outside, and I thought, oh, do I squeeze him off? Do I not? I thought I better not. So
what actually happened on that sort of one of the early laps on the corners? We couldn't quite see it on the TV screens. What happened? Did you connect or not?
Yes. First, Hang on,
Coming down to Melbourne.
Melbourne
you got
loop,
very close.
we were three abreast now. At the inside, I came out on top, and then going into the, I didn't think anyone was going to make a move on me, and then suddenly Matthias flings it up the inside and just collects me.
Matthias, let's bring Matthias in. Here we go.
I had to pay back for the one before. Because he just went on the inside, there was no space, and he hit me. To
I
the other
didn't
guy.
hit you.
You hit
No, I
me
didn't.
to the other guy.
Did I?
Yeah.
You actually turned in on me.
Yes, yeah. Then I saw a hole and said, okay, I'm going to try to get you back.
1-1 for the day. How does that feel?
It was fun. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah.
It was hard work, but it was fun, yeah.
It was fun to watch. Are we going to see you two racing against each other again at any time soon?
I don't know, we're going to see, maybe. Nothing planned, but...
We'd like to do something together, maybe an endurance race, but maybe against. But it'd be nice to race together for a change, you know.
Well, you've got the Brit car here for next year for certain. They do the Pragas and the endurance classes, so they race in pairs. That would be fantastic. But just an incredible weekend. Like we said just a moment ago, race one was a little bit, oh no, we don't like that. At the start of this race, it was almost, oh no, not again. But you guys, you've provided incredible racing that second time round. So how was it for you when you second lead and you saw him coming and coming and coming? How did that feel?
I don't know, because I had a bit of a problem with my steering. It was bent, so the car was really nervous. So I went off a couple of times to see him coming. God damn it! But I would not let him pass. I didn't know how many laps were still left. So
It was a shorter race.
and he went on the inside, so I said I'll just stay to the outside and have a good exit. So in the end, we played quite fair. In the beginning, not so.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a delay
I
to
didn't
the...
realise I touched you. I didn't realise it.
You bumped into me. I went to the black guy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And then
I thought it was clean. Thank you guys. I'll go here.
No, I was right there.
Oh, right. I didn't realise there was any contact. Sorry.
there was a delay to the start of the race and the race was shortened. Did that affect the build-up for you guys whatsoever?
No, nothing we can do about that.
And when you look back on the weekend, has it just been pure fun?
Yeah, no, it certainly has been. I've had a wonderful time. I'll be honest, I was very nervous before the first race, but then I'm often like that for a double header. By the second race, I'm all relaxed. I don't know why I can't get in that mind frame before the first one. It'd be helpful.
And is it more fun leading or more fun chasing?
Chasing, definitely.
And is it more fun leading or more fun chasing?
I mean, I don't know. Both is fun. I mean, I hadn't had a great weekend, with too many mistakes, but I had a lot of fun, really good fun.
And there's been...
Okay, thank you, Ewan. It is, in fact, the Mini Miglias that are coming up next in the Dunlop Mini Challenge Miglia category, supported by Mini Spares. Now, this is their sole race of the weekend. The race yesterday had to be abandoned, unfortunately, when the red flags were deployed twice for incidents on the opening lap. So it'll be a slightly reduced grid for our next race. Unfortunately, we did lose a few cars yesterday. Thankfully, the drivers are all right. The cars that are there are headed up by the Flying Welshman, number 32, Endaf Owens. He's on pole alongside 23, Rupert Death, the former champion. Second row, 71, Mike Jordan, and the outgoing champion, number 21, Aaron Smith. Row 3, 55 of Ben Colburn, and 87 is Ashley Davies. Row 4, 37, James Cuthbertson, 49, Martin Wager. James Cuthbertson was involved in one of the incidents yesterday. Good to see he's back out. 88, Kieran McDonald starts alongside 44, Sean King on row 5. Row 6, number 8, Scott Kendall, and 17, Richard Jessup on the 6th row. Row 7 is 72, Rob Howard, and 27, Peter Harries. Then there's a gap, and we've got the Mini Libre class runners, which are slightly different engine rules on those cars. 171, Dan Lewis heads them up alongside 219 of Richard Colburn, father of Ben, number 55. 126, Peter Hills starts alongside 123, Hugh Turner, and 133, Les Stanton at the back of that group. So I think both championships are now won. And here they come, and it is Rupert Death who has got the early lead, has outpaced Endaf Owens off the line. Ashley Davies is in third place. Not the best of starts by Aaron Smith. He's down into 6th position. Mike Jordan's dropped back as well, but it's Rupert Death, the Cambridgeshire driver, former twice champion, who leads the way. But here comes the Flying Welshman, Endaf Owens. He's had 5 wins this year in the Mini Miglia Challenge, but has missed some rounds, so not in contention for the championship. He goes round the outside at Schwantz Curve and takes the lead. They start to slide their way through McLean's corner, up the hill towards Coppice. Owens leads it. Ashley Davies has come through. It's a Welsh 1-2 as they go into Coppice for the first time. Lifting a wheel there, Ashley Davies. They go round the top of the circuit, down the exhibition straights. Side by side for fourth place, Martin Wager, a veteran of over 30 years of mini racing, up there with James Cuthbertson there ahead of Ben Colburn. Then Mike Jordan in St Andrew's car, and Aaron Smith next in the order. Rupert Death has gone down to third place. Kieran MacDonald is next in the order. Wait to see who's leading the Mini Libre category as well as they come through. Looks like it could have been Richard Colburn. Son Ben Colburn attacking. Look at this, 3 wide into the hairpin. Watch Ben Colburn up the inside. That's impressive, but I think he's outbraked himself. He's got past Martin Wager, but James Cuthbertson back up the inside, and Mike Jordan's in there as well. Goodness me, that was a bit of place swapping and a half. Endaf Owens from South Wales out in front. Rupert Death holding off Ashley Davies. Very close there, nose to tail, for second place down the Craners. Here comes Ashley Davies having a look on the inside. Rupert Death holds him off. Swing their way onto the bottom of the circuit. And Andrew, for that matter, both ex-British touring car men. Andrew champion in 2013. But now here comes Rupert Death. It's England v Wales for the lead as they head down towards the Fogarty S's. Owens is going to be on the inside for the first element. The Welshman runs his own metal fabrication business down in South Wales, and the safety car, I think, is being called. So somebody is off somewhere. Yep, Endaf Owens holding the lead there ahead of Rupert Death, but his arm went out of the window. He spotted the safety car boards, I think, there, and he's going to slow the field down. Now, what's the reason for that? There is James Cuthbertson now. Where is that? It is at the old hairpin. We can see him on the left of the screen there. So we found James Cuthbertson's car right off to the inside there. Safety car comes in. It's over to Endaf Owens now to control the pace. Green flag about to wave, and we are back to racing with just over 3 minutes to go in this Dunlop Mini Miglia Challenge race. Down to Redgate they go. Owens from Death, then Davies in third, Mike Jordan fourth, under fire from Aaron Smith in the pink, number 21. The outgoing champion this year attacks Mike Jordan. Doesn't quite get the overlap there, very close as they went through Redgate corner for fourth. Ben Colburn behind them, then Dan Lewis, well up overall, the leader of the Libre category. Down the hill they come, and this time Aaron Smith does get the inside line way out to Brave Move, and he's up into fourth position ahead of Mike Jordan. Owens holds it. He'll try and slipstream him now, I think, going towards the Fogarty S's, but Owens moves to the left. That'll be the correct line for the chicane. Closing up now, here comes Ashley Davies and Aaron Smith. Death's going to try and go round the outside. He's never going to get him under braking for the chicane. Surely, this is cracking stuff. No, Owens holds the place. Watch that pink number 21 car. He wants a win here to close out his season. He's been the reigning champion this year, but Andrew Jordan has already taken the title, as we mentioned earlier. Here comes Aaron Smith on the back of Rupert Death. He's never going to go around the outside of the old hairpin. No, he's not. Rupert Death holds the place. That move might have worked in the wet if he'd played his cards right, but the track has now dried out a little. He's up alongside Death as they come towards Schwantz Curve. Still your leader is Endaf Owens, but only just. Death is attacking and defending at the same time. Then Davies under fire from Jordan Senior for fourth place. They're all over each other. This is terrific for the lead on the last lap of this Mini Miglia race. Endaf Owens has gone a little wide. He moves back in. Aaron Smith up the inside. He'll take second place as they go into Coppice. Smith up on the curb there. That's going to lose him a bit of momentum. And Death could retake second on the exhibition straight this time. They pound their way down towards the Fogarty S's. Aaron Smith ready to attack on the inside. He could get both of them here if he brakes very late. This is going to be brave. Owens moving to cover from Death. Or I think there was a little bit of a touch there between Death and Smith, possibly. Couldn't quite tell from my angle. Here they come then. Death still second. Aaron Smith is determined here. This is going to be interesting. Endaf Owens is driving the widest Mini in Britain right now to hold these two back. Oh, he's gone wide. He's gone too wide there, out of the hairpin. Oh, what a shame for Endaf Owens. Look, he's furious with himself, shaking his fist there. I don't think there was any contact. Now, who's it going to be? It's between Smith, Death and Owens. Who's going to lead as they come out of Goddard's? Will it be yellow, pink or silver? It's going to be Aaron Smith. He's coming through. And Endaf Owens has got a problem, look. That's what he was so furious about. He's dropped to fifth. Aaron Smith wins. Death second and a photo finish for third. I think Ashley Davies just got there. And Endaf Owens, I wondered why he was shaking his fist. I didn't think there'd been any contact. There was a problem with the car. I hope he hasn't run out of fuel. Here's your provisional result then. Aaron Smith the winner from Rupert Death. Ashley Davies taking third in a photo finish with Mike Jordan. Endaf Owens a disappointed fifth ahead of Scott Kendall coming through for sixth in the end, and it was Dan Lewis who won the Mini Libra class in seventh. Ben Colburn dropped to eighth ahead of Kieran McDonald and the number 17 of Richard Jessup. And behind them Rob Howard. Then it was number 44 of Sean King. Second in the Libra class was Richard Colburn, then Hugh Turner and Peter Hills. The other finishers were Les Stanton and Peter Harries. Well, Les Stanton and Richard Colburn I think needed a class win to take the Libra category, so I think that title's gone provisionally to Peter Cruz. Peter Harries the final finisher. We lost Cuthbertson and Wager, of course. Well, hopefully we can find out down in Parc Fermé what happened to Endaf Owens there. I think we can now hand over to Ewan Dunlop, who is in Parc Fermé, to talk to our race winners and hopefully find out what happened to Endaf Owens.
Welcome down to Parc Fermé once again. What an end to that race. My goodness me, didn't see that one coming whatsoever, but it all fell into favour of Aaron Smith. Congratulations on that win. Where did that come from?
Literally a tyre gamble. Just before we was going to go out, I was like, is it dry? And I was like, it's got to be. It was a little bit wet when we first went out there, but no, the slicks came through in the end, and it's just amazing the difference between wets that are too hot and the slicks that are absolutely in their prime position. So no, it's good.
The race yesterday unfortunately cancelled, but yes. What did you do overnight? You had a lot of time before yesterday and today's race, didn't you?
All I did actually was put some fuel in it and then give it a little bit of a clean. There wasn't much to do to it. It hadn't done much work, so but yeah, just check it over, see if it's all right.
I mean, brilliant last couple of corners as well.
Oh yes, I knew time was running out, and when the safety car went in and we had 3 minutes, I thought we've only got 2 laps here, so I best pull my finger out. But thanks to the people helping me change the tyres, because we literally just did it before we went out. Wow. So
it was that close a call. What tyres you went on, was it?
Yeah, it's one of those. You sit in the car, it's like, should I stay on the weights? Should I put dryers on it? It's like, sod it, we'll just put the dryers on it. Go for it. So.
Oh, it worked, Aaron. Congratulations. Well done, buddy.
Thanks very much.
Cars on the grid then for the junior saloon cars. This will be a slightly reduced race, 16 minutes plus 1 lap this time. In pole position it is number 54 Harvey Caton. At the moment we've still got a couple of minis being towed back in, so we'll give you the grid. Harvey Caton on pole in number 54. Before we start this grid, apologies for Endaf Owens' choice of language there. He was obviously a bit angry after the end of that race. Alongside Harvey Caton, it is Ruben Hage, number 600. Charlie Hand on the second row. This grid set by the second quickest time by each driver in qualifying. That was set yesterday. 91 of Jack Meeking completes the second row. Row 3, 42 Will Redford and number 98 Oliver Cottam. Then on the fourth row, 322 Jamie Petters and 58 Harvey Dent. Hopefully he will be there after that incident at the end of race 1. He ended up in the tyre wall. Row 5, number 40 Matthew Cripps and 46 Harry Hickton. On the sixth row, 22 Ashley Gregory alongside 63 Chloe Grant. Row 7, 754 Alfie Jeekins. Watch for him. Remember his flying start in race 1. Starts alongside number 30 of Jamie Good. Treble 3 Adam Harding on row 8 alongside 28 of Louis Hounsell. The ninth row, 29 Scott Sumpton and number 9 of Jack Riddell. Then further back on row 10, 66 of Ollie Handley alongside 871 Jensen Bell. Row 11, 92 Adam Parker and 17 Riley Price. Row 12, 33 Jacob Baldry starts alongside number 10 of Harry Smith. The 13th row, 80 of Aaron Walker. Watch for him coming through. Started 24th and was close to the top 6 in race 1. And 59 CJ Morgan alongside him. And then number 16 Jacob Heap rounds out the grid. Time for the young guns to go for it. The 14 to 16 year olds in their identical Saxos. The red light is on and off we go. And down towards Redgate for the first time. Who's going to get the best starts? A decent getaway by both of the front row starters. They lean on each other just a little. Look at Matthew Cripps up the inside in the number 40 car. He's made a great getaway. Could get as high as 5th here as they swing their way through Redgate 3 and 4 abreast. Alfie Jeekins slightly boxed in. There's a bit of contact and off goes the number 30 of Jamie Good. There's cars skittling everywhere. Look at this, about half a dozen of them. Will Redford's involved. Harry Hickton's in the gravel. One of the Jeekins cars as well. I think that was the 28 of Louis Hounsell. There's Saxos everywhere at Redgate. and I'm fairly sure that's going to be at least a safety car, possibly a red flag. Louis Hounsell's in there, Harry Hickton, Will Redford, there's somebody else in there as well. Couldn't quite see the number there. Jamie Good is in the gravel. Car in the distance there is possibly the number 46 car, I think that could be. Couldn't quite see the number. No, 46. Oh, there's more cars going off. Look at this at Schwantz Curve. I think that might be Chloe Grant that's just spun into the tyre wall there. Contact with, is that Aaron Walker? The safety car was already out, so look at this. That's I think that's Aaron Walker's car and possibly Chloe Grant's. A little distant to see the numbers on them there, but that's most of the back of the field involved there. Harvey Caton is your leader, but the safety car is out straight away. Well, Chloe Grant still going. I imagine she's heading for the pits with that bodywork hanging off, though, the scholarship winner for 2021. There's Ollie Handley and Harry Hickton buried in the gravel. In comes the snatch vehicle. Yes, she's been given the black and orange flag, so she's going to have to pull into the pits, the technical disqualification flag. Meanwhile, yes, there's the black and orange flag. Meanwhile, the safety car is into pit lane, and with just under 7 minutes of the race to go, we are back underway. Well done, marshals. Redgate is clear, and a super restart by Harvey Caton. Chloe Grant heeds the black and orange flag. She's into the pit lane with that damaged bodywork hanging off, a safety hazard. Into Redgate they go then. Nice steady restart here. Oliver Cottam chasing the three leaders. It's Caton who leads. Ruben Hage in second. Charlie Hand is third. They've got to be careful of that bit of gravel that was spilt onto the outside at Redgate. The marshals have cleared up just about all of it though. And Harvey Caton with a great restart leads the way down the Craner curves in the setting sun here at Donington Park. I think that's Jamie Petters up behind him in the 3-2-2, looking for his best finish so far. And Petters is through. He throws it up the inside there into Coppice. Side by side further back, that's Alfie Jeekins and Ashley Gregory. Now, has Petters got fourth place? Yes, that send up the inside, it's known in karting, has worked, and he's up to fourth. This is the best we've seen Jamie Petters run so far. Only made his debut midway through the season. Gregory side by side, and Matthew Cripps making it 3 wide with Alfie Jeekins. Jack Meakin behind them, recovering from a slow start. Here come your leaders, down to the hairpin. Harvey Caton leads. Ruben Hage defending the inside line. And look at this, it could be 4 wide here into the hairpin. Jeekins throws it up the inside and the 7x4 and wallop into the side of Ashley Gregory there. Gregory up on 2 wheels and loses at least 4 places. Let's hope that car isn't damaged. Well, the big winner out of that was Matthew Cripps. He's made up about 3 places there as everybody else went wide. And now they're starting to close on Harvey Caton, and Ruben Hage is thinking about having a look there. It wasn't close enough to the Maximum Motorsports car. Now here comes Hand. Hage has got to attack and defend at the same time now because the championship leader is on his tail, and so is Jamie Petters. This is the best we've seen Jamie Petters run in his JSCC career so far. Let's have a look, and Caton trying to make his Saxo as wide as possible. Hage has taken the inside line. Hand trying to get round the outside and set himself up for the left-hander at Goddard's corner. Has he got the line right there? Hage doesn't give way. There's a little bit of rubbing. Harvey Caton actually pulls away a little bit, and Hand is through into second in the middle of that. He's got ahead of Ruben Hage coming out of Goddard's down the straight. So Charlie Hand is now up into second place and going after his nearest challenger in the points, Harvey Caton. Come up towards the hairpin. Is anybody going to have a stab at gaining a place this time? Charlie Hand not close enough. This is a good defensive drive by Harvey Caton. Look at Hage up the inside. He saw the gap and he's gone for it. That's a brave move by Ruben Hage, and it's worked. He's up to second, and look at Petters. Could he get third here? I think Hand is going to be on the inside for the left-hander at Goddard's. Still your leader is Harvey Caton. Hand and Hage side by side over the line. There was nothing in it there. 1,000th of a second between the two of them. Jamie Petters trying to get through. Hage on the inside, holds second place. Round Redgate, and Hand's been forced out wide onto the curb by a determined Ruben Hage, but look, that's allowed Harvey Caton to get away. I think Caton's heading for win number 2 for the season, barring any major disaster. Side by side down the Craner curves. Look at this. Charlie Hand, he's never going to get through on the outside at the old hairpin. Ruben Hage slides up the inside. This is terrific. They're going to go wide onto the grass. Hand goes down the grass. Is he going to hang on? Is he going to hang on to it? as they come towards Schwantz, and Petters could get round both of them. Jamie Petters, he's done it round the outside of both. He says, well, if you're going to take each other wide onto the grass, I'll nip through and take second place, thank you very much. Ruben Hage will fight back, though, I'm sure. There's a few corners to go yet, but all that's allowed Harvey Caton to get away in the lead, and he's heading for his second win of the season. Or Ruben Hage, you can see he's annoyed with himself. Charlie Hand down to fourth. I think his only other time off the podium this year, Charlie Hand, possibly was a non-finish back at the beginning of the season. Could this be his lowest finish of the year so far? Ruben Hage attacks into the chicane. Look out, Jamie Petters. You can see Hage is fired up. He wanted his chance to go for the lead. I don't think they're going to catch Harvey Caton now. He's clear up the road in the 54. The Maximum Motorsports car is heading for the win here at Donington Park. Hage not close enough to Jamie Petters. He's on for by far his best ever finish in second place. Oh, this is superb stuff. Well done to the Junior Saloon Car Championship. Up the straight towards Goddard's for one last time. It will be checkered flag at this time, and it is going to be a win for the man from Staffordshire, Harvey Caton, out of the final corner to take his second win of the season. Hage up the inside with a last bend lunge at Goddard's. I think he's going to get second place. They cross the line together. Hage takes second. It's a photo finish for third between Charlie Hand and Jamie Petters. The timing screen shows Hand got it. That'll be gutting for Jamie Petters. He thought he'd got his first podium. We'll have to wait for confirmation on that because it can still change on the timing screen. And on the last lap, Matthew Cripps, who finished 6th, got the fastest lap, so he'll get a bonus point for that. I'll give you the provisional result of that one in a second. I don't think we lost anybody else after the early incident there before the safety car. Harvey Caton, the winner, completing 8 laps, beating Ruben Hage by 3 seconds in the end, but look how close it was for second, third and fourth. Hage beat Charlie Hand by 0.2 of a second. Charlie Hand beat Jamie Petters by 16 thousandths of a second. Oliver Cotton takes 5th to make up for race 1 ahead of Matthew Cripps. He got fastest lap, so we'll get the bonus points. 7th goes to Alfie Jeekins ahead of Jack Meakin. Then Adam Harding and Ashley Gregory round out the top 10. Gregory after a 2-wheeled stunt after some contact at the hairpin. And number 80 of Aaron Walker, I should say, racing through for 11th from the back ahead of Scott Sumpton. Will Redford coming through nicely after being taken off on the first corner to take 13th. Then Jack Ruddell and CJ Morgan, despite a pit stop, takes 15th place. Behind them 16th is Adam Parker ahead of the number 871 of Jensen Bell. Jacob Baldwin, number 33, was 18th. 19th for Harry Smith, and Riley Price completing the 20 finishers. Chloe Grant was flagged in due to trailing bodywork, and of course at the start we lost Harry Hickton, Jamie Good, Louis Hansel and Ollie Handley. So we'll hand down to Ewan Dunlop in a moment to talk to our race winner, a very happy Harvey Caton.
Wow, wow, wow. Don't you just love junior saloons? And they're just coming in behind us. They never ever fail to entertain, and they've provided it again. I am so happy for Harvey Caton. He was stolen the win in the last lap from Charlie Hand, and what a great 4-way battle. Mate, first of all, congratulations. How's that feel?
Oh, it feels great. It's so good to get P1 again after such a long time since Cadwell. I'm just so happy to get P1 again, and yeah, it was a great race. I was glad to hold off Ruben and Charlie because they were really pushing me, but at the end I just managed to gap them all as they kind of fought together, and it was just a great race.
I mean, at the start of that race, the first few laps, Ruben was doing you a favour holding off Charlie. So did you notice that in the background?
Yeah, when Charlie and Ruben were battling, I saw that he was losing a gap from me, which helped out a lot in holding my position. So when I have to thank Ruben for helping Charlie, really.
And then the last couple of laps, they had a trio behind you. Did you see what was going on there? Because they had a couple of little connections that got really, really close, and they actually changed places 2 or 3 times behind you, Sue.
I did see, obviously, they shuffled around a bit, but I didn't really see what happened in those incidents, so...
And now, just back to the start of the race, the chaos at the first corner with about 4 or 5 different cars in the gravel. Again, it was all happening behind you, right out there at the front. Do you even care what happens behind you if you're out in the front?
Well, obviously, every driver, if someone comes off, it's important. So it's unfortunate that all those drivers came off the start. It must have been a big incident to that many people in the gravel, but hopefully everyone was okay after it, so yeah.
Harvick, congratulations, mate. Go and enjoy that victory. Well done.
Yes, we certainly have got the minis next up then. One car hasn't got away on the grid then. They have got underway. One car, that was Stephen Hopper, I think, that hasn't got away from the back of the grid. This race already underway, the Dunlop Mini 7 Challenge, supported by Mini Spares. The grid, based on the results of race 1, but with the top 8 flipped around. So it was Ross Billison who started from pole, and Nick Croydon-Fowler alongside him. It's Nick Croydon-Fowler who leads the way down into the old hairpin for the first time. Jeff Smith up into third place in the 0-1. It is Nick Croydon-Fowler who led the championship coming into this weekend, who leads into McLean's for the first time. Second place, number 49 of Ross Billison. He started from pole due to finishing 8th in race 1. The top 8 of the result flipped around to form the grid for race 2. So it was Billison and Croydon-Fowler on the front row, Jeff Smith and Andrew Devaney on row 2. Race 1 winner Conor O'Brien starting 8th on the grid. Down the straight towards the Fogarty S's. Watch for Jeff Smith in the 0-1, the General Lee Mini, side by side with Ross Billison. Devaney is 4th, already up into 5th is Conor O'Brien. He's ahead of Spencer Wanstall in car number 2. A little bit of smoke from the green car at the back. That's either Jordan Sims or Darren Thomas. Identical looking cars, those two from a distance. Into the hairpin they come. It's still Nick Croydon-Fowler who lead the way. It is Jordan Sims at the back there in the number 7, smoking a little as they swing their way through the hairpin, then up towards Goddard's for the first time. Oh, we got a spin there. Julian Proctor, number 95. And the scholarship class leaders had better look out, of course. They had the top 8 in their grid flipped around as well. So it was Greg Dorr and Damien Harrington who started from the front of the grid, and Ross Billison, a bit of autograss there coming out of the final corner at Goddard's. He's lost 3rd place. He's lost 2nd place to Jeff Smith. He's lost 3rd to Conor O'Brien. He stays ahead of Andrew Devaney though. Spencer Wanstall up the inside on Devaney. Behind them is the 88. That's Mike Jordan in the Swift Tune car, and Joe Thompson at the back of that group. Joe Polly next, and then Jordan Sims. I don't think we've got Darren Thomas out there, number 20. I don't think he took the start. The wet weather prevented any proper wheel-to-wheel racing earlier on, but now the track has dried out, and this is much better. Spencer Wanstall throws it up the inside there into Coppice. Joe Thompson follows in there past Andrew Devaney. Still your leader is Nick Croydon-Fowler in the 99 car, but being chased down by Jeff Smith. Mike Jordan's at the head of this group as well, number 88. He's going well, looking to catch the leaders. Down to the hairpin for the second time. It's Croydon-Fowler in the black and yellow car, under fire from Jeff Smith, who slings it up the inside. He's going to take the lead, under braking for the hairpin. Jeff Smith leads. Here's your lead column. Look at this as they come down towards the Fogarty S's. Nick Croydon-Fowler defending with Conor O'Brien, who goes round the outside of him. Can he take 2nd place? I think he's done it on the exit of the chicane. O'Brien looking for a double win. Here they come. They're all fighting for the championship, of course. Remember, coming into this weekend, 6 drivers still had a mathematical chance of the title. Smith in the lead, Croydon-Fowler defending 2nd place. Where's Conor O'Brien gone? Has he gone into the gravel there at the chicane? Yes, he must have gone over the gravel. There he is. He's at the back of this group in about 7th place. By 2.5 seconds ahead of Damien Harrington last time up the line. As up the inside comes Mike Jordan, side by side with Wanstall. They're side by side on the exit as well. Billison could have a go for 2nd here. It's the best I've seen Ross Billison run this season in the 49. Side by side for 2nd. Look at Ross Billison going in the 49. This is really is the best I've seen him run for quite some time here, and he's leaning on Nick Croydon-Fowler for 2nd place there. Mike Jordan says, I'll have some of this as well, and Spencer Wanstall. He's going to try and go past all 3 of them. Look at that, up on the curb through Starkey's. They could be 4 wide here into McLean's. This is never going to work, surely. It's going to be 3 wide into McLean's. Billison in the middle, Jordan on the inside, Wanstall on the outside as they come into it there. Billison's still in the middle. They're still 3 wide into Coppice. What's going to happen here? They lean on each other again. Wanstall's got through on the inside up into 3rd place. It did work out. That is brilliant mini racing here at Donington Park. That's allowed Smith and Croydon-Fowler to get away a little. Here comes Ross Billison. He took a bit of a knock in there. You can see a bit of bodywork has come loose. He's almost being bump drafted here, NASCAR style, by Mike Jordan. They go past Spencer Wanstall, and here comes Joe Thompson as well in the number 80 closing up. Behind them, Conor O'Brien. Michael Winkworth, incidentally, still leads the scholarship division further back. This is going to be 5 wide into the hairpin if they're not careful. Look at this. Mike Jordan is in 3rd place, but for how much longer? Wanstall's been squashed in the middle there. Look at O'Brien up the outside. There goes that bit of wheel arch coming off, I think that was Billison's car. He's dropped to the back of this group now. Oh, this is fantastic. Couldn't quite see them there behind the rest of the train. Spencer Wanstall throws it up the inside into Redgate. He goes through, outbrakes himself. Mike Jordan fights back. Conor O'Brien getting back up the order as well in the 87. They don't want to let these first 2 escape. They want to try and keep in touch with them here and keep it a 7-way battle for the lead. Over the curb goes Spencer Wanstall. Sideways goes Ross Billison. Billison's bonnet's coming loose as a result of that contact earlier on in the last lap. You hope that bonnet doesn't fly open suddenly. He's still racing hard up alongside Spencer Wanstall. Joe Thompson almost pushing him up the hill there, and Conor O'Brien has nipped in front of all of them into 4th place. Here they come then. 3rd is still Mike Jordan, then it's O'Brien. Yes, that bonnet is coming loose now. It's flying up on Ross Billison's car. He's surely going to have to call into the pits to have that seen to, because otherwise you won't be able to see where he's going. He's gone wide at he's gone wide at Coppice. He can't see where he's going properly. Poor old Ross Billison after such a good run. That contact proving his undoing. Jeff Smith is chased by Nick Croydon-Fowler. And Ross Billison, well, I remember something similar happening to Ivan Muller in a British touring car race in the late 1990s, and his bonnet did fly up right over his windscreen and he couldn't see to go into the pits. I hope that doesn't happen here. Yes, Ross Billison is slowing down. He'll probably get the black and orange flag as a result of that, so not that he'll really be able to see the flags. Through the hairpin he goes. What did that say on the side of Billison's car? Did that say the Grumpy Mole? That's a bizarre sponsor. I don't know about Mole, but he'll certainly be grumpy with the amount of damage to his Mini there. 5 minutes to go. Over the line they come. The sky is darkening again, and Ross Billison, not surprisingly, heads for the pits. There goes the Fusion Graphics car, Michael Winkworth. He's only been defeated twice. Once was earlier today in the scholarship category. He's already won the title. Well clear of... well, that's Jordan Sims. 2nd place in class is 711. The light blue car there, Damien Harrington. 6 of them still for the lead of the 7 category. Watch for Mike Jordan, number 88. The fastest lap of the race has been done by Spencer Wanstall with a 1:58.983, and Nick Croydon-Fowler up the inside. He came from a long way back there and he's taken the lead. Great move, Nick Croydon-Fowler into the lead. Looking for the championship here today. Mike Jordan's going to follow him. Mike Jordan not in championship contention, only a one-off meeting for him. He's in as a bit of a potential spoiler here possibly, but he's loving this. He's going to go for it here. He wants a win. He's up to 2nd. Smith goes down to 3rd, and Conor O'Brien is up in 4th place. He was down to 7th after an off at the chicane earlier on. First 4 breaking away slightly now from Spencer Wanstall and Joe Thompson, but Nick Croydon-Fowler is under fire here. He's really under fire from Mike Jordan. There's nearly contact between the 2 of them into McLean's there. Croydon-Fowler in the Swift June repair car. Look at Conor O'Brien up the inside in the 87. He's going to take Jeff Smith into Coppice. Smith gives him room. He's through. Up into 3rd. Now, can Conor O'Brien, a relative young gun in mini racing terms, go after the vastly experienced Mike Jordan? Here they come over the brow. Here comes Mike Jordan. He's going for the outside in the 88. Surely won't get round the outside on the hairpin. But look at Spencer Wanstall. Where did he come from? That was a brave dive. Can he hold 3rd place? No, Jeff Smith back up the inside, and Conor O'Brien's been rather shut out there because he was battling Wanstall and didn't see Jeff Smith coming back through. Up to Goddard's. Less than a minute left on the clock, so we'll be going into the last lap this time. Here they come. Nick Croydon-Fowler has somehow held his lead. The last lap board is out. It's any one of 6 for the victory. It's any one of 6 for the championship still. Conor O'Brien trying to defend there. Here comes Mike Jordan. Oh, no, you don't, says Nick Croydon-Fowler. You can go to the outside. Conor O'Brien in 3rd does the same thing. Thompson's up to 4th. Jeff Smith's been shuffled back to 5th in there. He's sideways. Under fire from Spencer Wanstall. There's a bit of contact between the 2 of them there. Mike Jordan's going to go round the outside coming out of Hollywood, and he's done it. He's taken the lead. That's an excellent bit of driving by Mike Jordan, showing his years of experience in this cracking race for the Mini 7s. Well, it's a shame that it rained for race 1. This is what we should have seen earlier on as well. And Nick Croydon-Fowler's not finished yet. Here they come. Up to Schwantzker, then into McLean's and Conor O'Brien. Could Conor O'Brien win this, having been down as low as 7th at one point? The place you don't want to be leading is into the last corner. Croydon-Fowler back up the inside at McLean's. O'Brien's going to try and outbrake both of them. Oh, and Croydon-Fowler leans on him. There's contact. Oh, that was a bit aggressive there by Nick Croydon-Fowler. He's up on the curb. Jordan tries to go back around the outside. Joe Thompson's in there as well. Joe Thompson could win this. Here he comes. Jordan's got the lead as they come into the exhibition straight for the final time. Spencer Wanstall's got the headlights on. He's also got a bit of bodywork stuck to the front of his car from someone else. Jeff Smith's at the back of the group. On the brakes there, Mike Jordan throws it in. So does Conor O'Brien, side by side with Joe Thompson. I can't keep up with this. Here they come towards the hairpin for the final time. Who's going to be in the lead as they come into sight? It's Mike Jordan. Everybody else trying to be third behind Nick Croydon-Fowler. It could be 4 wide into the hairpin here. Jeff Smith dodging around behind. Nick Croydon-Fowler turns in across the front of Conor O'Brien. Thompson's on the outside. Smith throws it up the inside. He's going to take 4th in one move from Wanstall and Thompson. Now it's up to Goddard's. Who's going to emerge with the lead then? Is it going to be Mike Jordan? Is it going to be Nick Croydon-Fowler? The win is going to go to Mike Jordan. Flashes his lights as he crosses the line. Croydon-Fowler second, and then O'Brien, Smith, Thompson and Wanstall as quickly as that. Now that's showing us on the graphics, a couple of cars have got penalties. There's 2 cars been given penalties. Nick Croydon-Fowler and Conor O'Brien have both got 10-second penalties. We don't know the reason why. That's a great shame. Now that again will change the championship situation. Well, Croydon-Fowler penalised to 5th and O'Brien to 6th. They've both been given 10-second penalties. Meanwhile, Michael Winkworth wins the scholarship class once again for the 12th time this year. He's already secured the championship in that division. Damien Harrington comes over in second. Matthew Ayres is third. Behind him, Ian Slark. And then it's Ryan Taylor rounding out the top 5 in scholarship this year. I think that means Ryan Taylor will take second in the scholarship points this year. There's the top 6 confirmed, and well, without those penalties they would have been covered by about 3 seconds, those 6 drivers. Croydon-Fowler and O'Brien penalised down to 5th and 6th. Andrew Devaney is 7th, then Lee Roberts 8th. Joe Polly took 9th. Ross Billison, full credit to him, he did rejoin after securing his bonnet, and he kept 10th place, so well done to him. 11th place going to Michael Winkworth. He wins the scholarship race and the scholarship championship. Damien Harrington behind him, then 13th for Jordan Sims. Matthew Ayres 14th, and Ian Slark was 15th. Behind them was Ryan Taylor in 16th place. Fraser Hack 17th, 18th for Stephen Rideout, 19th Lee Pullman. He got a 5-second penalty, which I think is for track limits. We saw him get the flag at one point. Jeff Williams was 20th, then Stuart Gilby and Dave Rees. We lost Julian Proctor into the pits. Arnold Duncan we saw pull up, and we also lost Stephen Hopper, and I don't think Darren Thomas took the start. Right, so I think we are now ready in Parc Fermé to talk to our race winner, and hopefully 1 or 2 of his battlers as well.
Well, who needs Formula 1 and British touring cars when you've got Minis here at Donington? Another great race. It's 6 going around the final corner for a win at the end, and the man that got it was the number 88, Mike Jordan. Mike, can we grab you for a sec? So Mike just get his helmet. Oh, put your bonnet on, go on. It is getting a bit cold, isn't it? Mike, I think at the end there was about 7 cars going round the corner for the win at the end, but you got it. How was it?
That was just epic. I mean, I've raced for a long time, I don't know, 40 years. That's probably the most frantic race I've ever had. It was fantastic and super clean. Just amazing, absolutely amazing.
I mean, at Donington this weekend, we've seen plenty of races where there's 2 or 3 cars, but there was literally 7, and not just for a couple of laps, but almost the entire race.
Yeah, because as soon as sort of the group behind get the tow, they get back to you, so it's one of those. I just 2 or 3 laps in, I thought, no, if I could get a podium, that'd be great. I didn't actually believe I could win it, and then at the end, you thought, no, I've got some pace on it. We might just pull this off. And I was very keen that Jeff was for the championship as well, so I didn't want to do anything that could upset Jeff. You know, we're old mates, so I didn't want that going wrong. But no, it's fantastic. Thank you.
And was Jeff the guy you gave a high five to at the end of the race there?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
It's a lovely family atmosphere. I mean, with the 7 cars, is slipstreaming mostly important in the mini class?
it's hugely important. Yeah, I mean, Jeff and I worked together in qualifying yesterday, and it's probably worth 3/4 of a second doing the tow if you can work with somebody good like that.
So, do you want to be at the front, or do you want to come from behind when you're slipstreaming like that?
Well, on the last lap there, I'd got Nick Gordon-Fowler behind me, and I thought I'm going to have to defend well down the straight, but it was a bit damp in the braking area into the chicane, so I thought he ain't going to be able to have a lunge down there. So I sort of pretty well got that one covered and bundled a lot of speed through the chicane and just got enough of a gap on him. But it was great, fantastic race, super clean.
Do you know what, Mike? We've had some great races this weekend. That might just top it right there.
Thanks very much.
Congratulations.
Well, that just about wraps up the action from here at Donington Park for this edition of Full Throttle. Many thanks to the volunteer marshals and other officials, everyone else involved here at Donington Park in bringing us the action today. Join us for more great action on a future edition of Full Throttle. But for now, thanks very much indeed for watching, and goodbye.